Hey everyone, I'm Black Lightning, the irrational fear of Muslims. Many people know my stance on Islam as a religion. It's a violent religion, and I made a video explaining why I believe it's violent, but I believe I need to emphasize that not all Muslims are violent. Every time there's a terrorist attack, certain people take every chance they get to paint all Muslim people as violent, and that's why they all need to be deported. I understand their concerns to an extent. I believe mass immigration of Muslims from conflicting cultures than the one they are immigrating to is a problem that doesn't give them enough time to adopt Western culture, and they will most likely create a pocket in this new society where their original conflicting culture will flourish. Some could argue I'm viewing this from an ethnocentric perspective, but Western culture allows me to be who I am today without laws in place to stop me. Sure, on the individual level, I have concerns of people discriminating against me because I'm an agnostic atheist, black, likes other men, and crossdress, but as long as they aren't violent, I'm not going to let their insults get to me. The irrational fear of Muslims comes from people who fear the moderates of their religion, which are the ones who adopted Western culture. Since I'm in America, I can only give my experience from here, and what I can see are westernized Muslim people for the most part. Sure, according to Pew Research in 2011, 45% of American Muslims discourage homosexuality, and 39% believe it should be accepted. The numbers could have changed since then, but seeing 39% gives me hope. Compare that to the Muslims from other countries where the majority of them view it as immoral. I expect the nuanced argument that just because 45% discourage homosexuality in America, that doesn't necessarily mean they will harm homosexuals. Similar to Christians who don't support homosexuality. I understand where you're coming from. We should be more concerned if they decide to put their views into action, but this doesn't mean we can't criticize their stance on homosexual people. It should be known that apostates or ex-Muslims are executed in Muslim countries. In America, ex-Muslims are ostracized and treated poorly, and they often have to secretly share their views. This kind of crap is barbaric and represents the worst aspects of religion. Islam is not a religion of peace, but Muslims can be peaceful depending on how much of the Quran they choose to follow. There's still some ways to go for Muslim people in America, and even greater ways to go in Muslim countries, but we can't let the worst of them cause us to hate and fear the best of them. Given what I've said about them in America, Islamic terrorism is not a big problem here. If you want to challenge their religion and/or practices, then do so. It's not Islamophobic. Islam is overdue for a reform. It can happen, but it's happening at a slow rate in America at least. It's to be expected. Change takes time. The more rational concern of Muslim people are the ones who aren't westernized. The ones in third world countries who abide by barbaric laws are the ones who make me want to rekindle my old anti-theism views. We can't blame it all on religion. I'm sure if religion was magically removed, these people would find some other way to justify their cruel behavior. If I were to go to these countries dressed as my avatar, I'd be killed. If you see a video of me saying I'm going to Saudi Arabia, just type "Rip Black Lightning" in the comments section. This is the problem with homogeneous societies. Dissent is not tolerated, and change will take longer to happen. It's part of the reason why those who argue for homogeneous societies are ridiculous. The same applies to the opposite end. Complete diversity is a problem, which is why I believe the answer to this is somewhere in the middle of these two extremes. Diversity is more advantageous, but it does come with challenges. People with conflicting beliefs don't always get along, but if we can find a way to make reasonable compromises to work together, that's when we'll see the true potential of diversity shine. If everyone thought similarly, you're not going to get innovation. These ideologies that want everything and everyone to be similar forever will eventually die out. I don't think religion will die, but it's going to have to evolve to something different if it wants to keep up. If it doesn't, it will become this fringe idea sometime in the future. If Christians can adapt to modern times, so can Muslims, but it takes time for change. For those whose criticisms of Muslim people are focused on Muslim people who are not westernized, I only agree with you if they aren't taking any steps to live peacefully in the society they currently reside in. Anyways, thanks for watching and take care.